Hello everybody, thank you for joining me today for another Twilight Zone video in my Twilight Zone ranking series, where I rank every episode of the original Twilight Zone from my least favorite to my favorite. Today I'm going to be talking about number 93, The Grave, written and directed by Montgomery Pittman. This is a season 3 episode, and as always there will be episode spoilers. So The Grave is a solid ghost story in my opinion. It's a little slow in parts in the middle of the episode, but overall I think it's effective, mostly because I think the ending delivers pretty well. There's nothing in the episode that really is like blow me away amazing, but it's one of those episodes where I just kind of like everything. I think it's solid. So this one's about a hired gunman named Connie, and he's dared to visit the grave of a man he failed to track down while the man was alive. So a very straightforward story here. The real reason to watch The Grave, in my opinion, is the cast. You have Lee Marvin, Strother Martin, Lee Van Cleef, James Best, all character actors who were known for their work in westerns at one point or another, and it's great to see them all together here in a Twilight Zone episode. Also, Ellen Willard does a good job as a sister of the man who, the deceased, I guess I'll say. And her laugh is amazing in the episode. I have to mention that as well. So the episode starts out with a man named Sykes, and he's killed by the men in town. So then this man named Connie, he's kind of I guess a gun for hire, bounty hunter type, whatever you want to say, comes into town, and he's upset because he didn't get a chance to do this man Sykes in by himself. So basically they stole his bounty, or again, however you want to say it. So Connie also finds out that this man Sykes, before he passed away, accused Connie of being afraid, a coward basically. He said Connie chose not to meet up with him or find him, and he also vowed to haunt Connie from beyond the grave if Connie ever went to the gravesite. So Connie, of course, denies this when the other men in town question him on it. He says he wasn't afraid, so he basically gets dared to visit the grave. So at this point, Connie goes to visit the grave, and he's supposed to leave like a knife in the ground as proof that he was there. But something happens, we're not really sure what. He gets pulled down toward the grave, and we kind of just go to the next scene from there. When Connie doesn't come back, the other man and the sister of Sykes go to visit the grave to see what happened, and it looks like Connie is a goner, and they debate about how this happened. It looks at first like it might have been some kind of accident, but then it's pointed out that the way the wind was blowing, that maybe there was some kind of supernatural force at work here after all, and maybe Sykes really did haunt Connie and get some type of revenge. And then the episode pretty much ends with Sykes' sister having her great laugh. That's really, really impressive, actually, and you can tell that she thinks her brother definitely did this. So, a pretty straightforward ending, but I did think it was creepy and effective. I do have one slight complaint about this episode, however. I did feel like the middle was just slightly long, and I thought maybe they could have cut this by a few minutes and made the ending a bit longer, but it doesn't really hurt the episode that much. So overall, The Grave is just a solid, straightforward, kind of a Western ghost story, and that's why it's number 93 on the list. I don't think it's an all-time classic, or, there's any extremely great scenes in it, but I just think everything's pretty good. So as always, feel free to leave me a comment on what you thought of The Grave, and thanks for watching.